Hey, you guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I wanted to come on here real quick and talk to all of you guys and see how you guys are doing. Sorry, I've got morning hair, curly morning hair. So I was listening to one of my favorite readers. I only listen to Queen of Cups, that's plural, and Your Angelic Karma. And I was listening to one of them this morning, and she was saying how if you are a highly creative person that is not in the, God, I can't remember the word she was using for it. Oh my God. It's a word that takes on a negative connotation for her. It's the spiritual community. There's a word for it. I'm sure you guys will chime in here. But she doesn't consider herself to be in this particular community, nor do I, because it's a community that just is in the spiritual realm to take and to copy others' work. And I agree with that. I listen to readings all the time, not to take other people's work, but to some readers I just like, usually those two. There's another one I like a lot too that's really funny to me. But you know, it helps you learn the inner nuances of how other people read the cards, right? So also, you know, you just favorite certain readers. Thank you for hitting the like button, for subscribing, and for telling me where you're tuning in from. But this morning, a few things came to me. And those of you who don't know, I had shared with you that a lot of my work's been stolen in my life. I have a second YouTube channel called Andrea Cox TV. It's in the health and detox community. I've had my work stolen for 10 years. Tomorrow, I am doing a podcast with Alyssa Cohen, who I can remember reading her raw food book in Ohio and thinking, oh my God, I love this woman's work. And she asked me to do her podcast. She actually flew in to interview me tomorrow. She's coming over. Go on, Lewis. I think she's down in Laguna today. At any rate, I've had my work stolen for years. At this point, I have to look at it as flattery. No one can do your work like you. Oh, Lewis, did you have to bring that on the table? I'm sorry about that, you guys. That's a huge vegan bone that you're going to hear dropping. Honey, let's take it down. Good boy. Sorry. Good boy. Okay, he jumped down. So she was saying how a lot of highly creative people are going quiet and they don't understand why. And then that they see kind of the vultures come around as they go quiet. I know exactly what she's talking about. I've been a lot more quiet recently, not even observing others, but just really going within to try to figure out why a certain situation occurred in the manner that it did. I literally was cyber attacked by a group of people. And when I say a group, I mean a group, an actual group. And there was no reason for it. There's no reason to illegally hack someone's phone and things of that nature. And it has been draining. It's been physically draining, mentally draining, etc. And I speak a lot about autonomy in relationships and, you know, self-sufficiency, because that's what I had created for myself. Notice I used the word had. And there are certain people in life, particularly if you're a woman with a lot of options in life and you get a lot of things thrown your way and you're very lucky in life because of your attitude, your intellect, your beauty, etc. There are a lot of people in life, particularly some men and women, that will be jealous and they will try to take that down. And she was kind of referring to that today. And when you go quiet, they come around. It's okay, baby. It's okay. So I've been quiet and I've been noticing and I've been watching and, you know, not really observing, but just kind of going within and thinking, Maybe this was my karma, right? Maybe someone thinks that they had the right to actually feed me my karma by almost making me disabled, so to speak. This particular group has tried to get me thrown out of my home. They've hacked my phone. They have hacked my computers. They have infiltrated my personal space. They have come in as the hero, and they are an absolute group of zeros, in my opinion. So a lot of you are going to see, and maybe you already saw over the past few weeks, maybe someone came in to say they were sorry. Maybe someone came in to fix some problems. Be very mindful. Be very mindful. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. My dad was killed in a car accident when I was 10. My mom raised us by herself. I started working when I was 14 years old at a men's clothing store in Ohio at a shopping mall. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I have been lucky. Honey, get it. Get it. It's right here. Get it. It's right there, babe. Okay. Let's keep it down there. Good boy. That's his vegan bone. You're going to hear it. He's a dog. So I have a great compassion for people who don't have much. I have a huge affinity for single women. My mom was never on aid or anything like that. You know, she worked 2 jobs. She worked at a boutique. She moonlighted for attorneys in the evening, typing and things, you know. My 2 older sisters and I both worked. We all worked. So you're just going to have to listen to the vegan bone in the background because he's got it up here now. So I know what it is to be poor. I know what it is to have 2 million in the bank. I know what it is to have negative 100 in the bank. And to me, $1 million is something you can lose and make. It's that easy to me. It's that simple. But I want to show you something. I'm going to use a little example. This is a lemon off my next door neighbor's tree. Okay? I love the peeling and the squeezing of this lemon in a glass of water. I love going outside and sitting Indian style in the middle of the day in the park across the street or out back or out front and feeling the sun against my face. I love soaking in a bathtub with Epsom salts and sage. I love taking a walk and smelling the breeze. I love the ocean. And I haven't had the opportunity to really go to the ocean in a long time, even though it's 5 minutes away because of all this cyber bullshit, this drama that someone felt I deserved. Someone felt I deserved to have things deleted on my social media. I woke up yesterday and my stories were deleted on Instagram and Facebook. I'm like, oh, great. Have to have my phone cleared again. If you don't have the appreciation for the peeling of a lemon and the sun on the side of your face, you don't have empathy, you don't have compassion, and you aren't grateful. And it is not your job to determine what someone else's karma is, because I want to tell you something, that will get you some really shitty karma. And with where we're at dimensionally now, and depending where you're at, it comes back to you like that. And it doesn't come back to you in the same way. That's the beautiful thing. So like, for example, say you have like 10 million in the bank. Yeah, you'll be able to keep the 10 million, but God forbid something happened to like a child or something, or your health. So the next time you think it's okay to tinker and abuse, oh, honey, not right now, baby. Not right now. Come on. Not right now. Little Lewis. He's my husband, so, you know, husband with fur. So the next time you think it's okay to tamper with someone's livelihood, the way they make their money, something they've created from scratch, and their stability, their home, etc., check yourself. Really. I would be really, really, really careful with that, because I'm at peace. I'm like, shit, do it all. Be gone with it. I'll just create new. I don't care. I'm at 100% peace, but I've seen this happen before, and the person went down really quick, really quick, really quick. It happened to me before, like 6 years ago, and the person went down super quick, and I went up. So here's what's going to happen over the next few days and weeks. You're about to see someone shoot way up, way, 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 way up, like boop, way up. And you're about to see a few other people go really far down. It might be emotionally, it might be in their health, it might be within the realm of the people they care about. That's karma. We come into this life with past life karma, but that shit's all clear. We got rid of that in 2017. Pisces and Aquarius have, Lewis, really? You're gonna hear the bone, you guys. Cover your ears. I'm so sorry. This is his table. Gently, thank you. He's so cute today. He's got his vest on one shoulder. So Aquarius and Pisces come into this life with the most past life karma, the most. Pisces are the elders of the zodiac. They're wise. Aquarius have the ability. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. A lot of you have like Libra moon or Aquarian moon or something like that. They are air. So they're logic, reason, and they know how to make things happen, right? Like fire, they know how to make things happen. But water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces and Scorpio in particular. Okay, that's enough. Go down. Here, baby. Here, love. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here, we're gonna put this down for you. Okay. But the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, namely Pisces and Scorpio, because they see through things. Pisces are visionaries. They see 15 years ahead of the game. Scorpios see the darkness of everything, right? I've got, my sun is in Pisces, my moon rising is in Scorpio, and my fourth house, the house of home, family, structure, is in Cancer. Very Venusian energy. My Venus is in Pisces. Very Venusian. I'm a Libra rising, so people see me as a Libra in Vedic. Libra throughout my chart in Vedic. Very Venusian. So Pisces being the visionary, Scorpio being able to see the dark, a lot of people kind of latch on to their ankles. And being intuitive, they hate it. They hate it. But what happened over the past 2 years, because it happened to so many of us water signs, and I would say also the sign of, I would say Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, also the sign of Libra. And some Geminis, because Geminis can be very creative in their own right. What happens is, in 2017, when we went through that big, you know, all the planetary shifts, et cetera, everyone broke up, marriages, 50 years, broke up, et cetera. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, the water signs got very, very strong. And so now when they feel that energy on them and around them, hard left. and they shut down and go quiet. Like your angelic karma said this morning, no one is going to be sharing their stuff over the next couple months. You're going to be getting fluff. I'm creating something with 2 people that I don't even talk to on my cell phone. I have a second cell phone to talk to them. A lot of people are not wanting to be in the mainstream, and this is what your angelic karma said, new age spiritual community, because anyone can get in. It's not elite. It's not special. Anyone can get in. What Pisces is starting to accept from like Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, the air signs is, and I think Scorpio's doing this too. Hang on. Here. Okay. Sorry, Mommy wanted to get it for you. You throw your food on the floor and I get it for you. It's what I do, right? Ay, ay, ay. Children of the corn. What the water signs are starting to accept, namely Pisces and Scorpio, because they see the future, they know, is that yes, they've been stolen from again and again and again. And such, I mean, it was like your angelic karma was saying, there's people with huge followings on YouTube that have just stolen work and have someone that knows how to, make their videos go viral. And it's so pathetic, even to watch. You watch these young guys that are talking about manifesting and their eyes are bloodshot from, smoking too much weed. And nothing wrong with a little weed every once in a while, but still, it's like, really? You're a master manifester and you're stoned off your ass every day? You got to be kidding me. Like, you have to be kidding me. That's not purity. That's not letting go of your vices. That's just as bad as like spending every Saturday night and blowing your weekly check at the strip club. Come on, wake up. So what the water signs are accepting, even though I talk about autonomy and the need to be, self-sufficient, a lot of you guys are going to come into union with someone who is going to be able to make your dreams become a reality, but you have to work with them. You have to submit a little bit of the control and allow them to, take the lead and lead you. Doesn't mean you have to give them creative control, but logically, we're living in a day of age, especially for women, that although we need autonomy within relationships, we need our individuality, we need our alone time, some of us even need our own space, we also need protection. I had a big dose of reality this past week of what it feels like to really need protection. And until you've went through something that is like a huge cyber attack, you will never know what it feels like to literally be faced with 3 groups of people and not know which group you can trust or which person you can trust. I would hate to be the person on the other end of the computer that has worked on my demise for years. To be able to focus on someone that much, I can't even imagine it. I can't even focus on, like, are you kidding me? That's why I don't understand like disloyalty and things like that, because I can't even, I mean, it's when I'm in a relationship, it's hard enough for me to get off of my own stuff and focus on that person. I mean, how can someone have time to, like, go outside, of their relationship? It just seems like a big headache to me. So a lot of you have a choice to make. You have two options. And this is for the feminine, maybe the masculine too. People now see you, this happens to be on the top of the deck, as being in the world, not of the world. They see your creativity. Some of you could be into like jewelry, and some of you could be a Pisces because we have the fish. Some of you could love the ocean. Some of you could be, look at the hair. Some of you could be hairdressers, makeup artists, etc. YouTubers, whatever. You're going to be shocked into the new, and you're going to see that everything that happened to you was needed, because now you are free from judgment and free to love and free to build your big bold vision. Because whoever this is, was, whatever, doesn't have the idea scope. You can't get the creativity and the scope of ideas from, you can't even get it from a Scorpio. It's the high priestess, the high priest, the cards of Pisces. Those are the ones that harness the real creative power, that can see in others what they can't see in themselves. Some of you might have a Pisces moon. So I also want to show you this. So this was really funny to me. These are two of my bracelets that have been stuck together for a week, and I can't get them unstuck. And these color of beads represent friendship, community, etc. And this represents protection. It's a lot like this. And I was like, why can't I get these unstuck? Like, why? I don't even like to be stuck to anything. Why can't I get these? This doesn't follow with my autonomy and my freedom and why are these two stuck? It's pissing me off, right? I'm going to have to take them into the gym and give them to the guy at the front counter that I flirt with and say, get them unstuck. So some of you have community. Some of you need protection. It's as simple as that. Someone doesn't have community. Someone isolates because of what was done to them, even though it was done for them in the grand scheme of things, not by the person, people, group who actually inflicted it, but in the grand scheme of the divine, it was already written, right? Unless you've done like an Akashic record rewrite with me, your records are already written. If you're in a absolute shit show of life, maybe it's time to get that reading. So I'm just going to pull 2 cards for each group of signs. All right. I'm just going to do, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back later today and do that because I'm going to end it there. So the message today is some of you really need, in order, I just split the deck. I have the four of wands. That's 4 wands of safety and stability. It's family, community. It can also be marriage, etc. Some of you need that. And you need to relinquish a little bit of your control. And you need to open your ears and listen. Right? The 3 signs that are all about control in the tarot, out of the zodiac, in astrology, Aries, Capricorn, and yes, Aquarius. Aries, Capricorn, Aquarius. If you have all of those in your chart, heavy, you're a real control freak. Scorpios can be that way too. Scorpio women in particular, Scorpio sun sign women, control freak. So That's the message. I had it's called a yaya done. One of my clients bought me a yaya. It's like an emotional clearing. It goes on for 3 days. Today is the last day. And the first day it happened 2 days ago, I woke up and I was really happy, but I was crying profusely. And I kept thinking about my grandma and things like that. And I spoke to the person over Messenger in India, and he said, "You're getting rid of toxic energy from your body." And I was like, okay, I'm just going to finish this 3-day purge. And then I had a phone call with a kid I say kid, a guy in Canada that is helping me in business, and very, very kind soul, very wise. I really like his energy. And he helped pull up and out something that had been stuck and dormant for a couple of years, an energy that had attached itself to me, a very unstable energy, someone who did a lot of drugs, someone who smoked a lot of weed, someone who was not on my level whatsoever, who had weaseled his way in. A lot of you women need to be careful on the internet. A lot of you have these men that will stalk and watch you for years, for months or years, and then weasel their way into your life. That's a stalker. That's not your husband, you know? So I had someone who had attached their energy to me, and it's a very like copyish, very very kind of used car salesman type energy. And it was like, I never thought of this person at all until this past year. Don't look at them on the internet or anything. And then this past year, I felt this physically ill vibe, like someone, you know, when you feel someone's watching you again and you're like, oh my God, get him away, get him away, get him away. And so I did a test where I named a few videos a certain way, or did a few videos on a certain subject, and sure enough, someone he does work for started naming their videos similar, and I was like, God, he's still on me. So in order to get that type of ankle biter energy off of you, you have to go through an emotional clearing. And when I say an emotional cleansing, it has to be like a day of reckoning. Like you literally identify the person who is sucking your energy, even if you haven't seen this person on the internet for 10 years. And you have to do an emotional and physical clearing of their energy. So I did that yesterday and the day before, and I'm going to continue on that clearing today. So a lot of positive energy and peace sent my way, because boy, those ankle biters, you know, you can get scars on your ankles. It's a metaphor, but you know, you can get scarred. You can be affected. They can transmute their energy onto you, especially if you're a heavy water sign, you have heavy water placements. My whole chart is water and fire with a little bit of air and a touch of earth. Yeah, energy vampires. So really protect yourself. This is good to protect yourself. It's very good. This is also good. Tourmaline is good. Unfortunately, I can't get these two unstuck, so I'm going to have to like work with this in some capacity because they're stuck together. So again, this stands for friendship, community, friendship. And this stands for protection. So that tells me that a lot of you, a lot of us are in need of protection and community and friendship. And if you don't have a community, your tribe will find you. I've never really myself been into tribes. I like to keep my circle very small. I have 3 friends, and it's good enough for me to see them like once a month, if that. So very, very hermetic energy, hermetic teachings, very hermit-like. My path is the path of the hermit. So a lot of people see someone with the life path of the hermit. I'm a manifesting generator, so I make things happen, but I have a life path of the hermit. And they think, oh, she needs to be going out. She needs to this. And they infiltrate like little mice. And it's so like, oh, it's like, stop, you know. But some of you need to invite that energy in order to create a balance. In order to create a balance. I spent some time with someone over the holiday, over Christmas, and it was so full of love. And he has the same energy as me, very hermit-like, very very focused on, just work, 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 work. And it was nice to have a similar energy in my space. It's nice to feel that camaraderie with someone. It's nice to like lay up against someone with your laptop and get your work done. It feels good when you travel with someone. It feels good to make a meal for someone. All that stuff is good. So start small and invite just one energy in. See how that goes. And invite a few more energies in. I want to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about self-esteem. And I always get the most hateful emails and comments from you guys on this, like, you don't have a low self-esteem. Anyone can get a low self-esteem at any time in their life. Men can lose their money and their self-esteem is rock bottom. Women, the same. Money gives you the power to create and live your life in a way that you don't have to be under someone's boot, right? That's why I created the Detox Intuitive, a second business. I loved, having my independence and my own bag. Unfortunately, someone didn't like that. So I'm going to have to rebuild again. Because when people tear your stuff apart, that's what you have to do. You have to rebuild. Someone doesn't like when I shine because they don't shine their light. And they never will. But what you need to remember when it comes to self-esteem is that we are all here just borrowing these bodies. We are all here and we have these bodies as a vessel, which is why we all need to take care of them. Some of you really need to get on AndreaCox.com and get my digital detox program. I'll actually put the link in the description box. It's like under $100. It's been my best-selling program. Some of you need to cleanse. You need to detox. It's been my business for 11 years, and that needs to be your way moving forward. You need to cleanse your body. You need to go plant-based. You need to get rid of the gluten. You need to hit the coffee enemas. And I want you to remember something. If your money is not where it needs to be right now, coming from someone who has had 2 million and negative 100, you can rebuild. I've rebuilt 3 times. And people will be put in your life at certain times for certain reasons. And as long as you are authentic, real, loving, coming from your heart space, truthful, honest, and come from a place of integrity, you'll be able to pull yourself up. There is a woman named Laura that is a female client, and I also have a client named Andrea. That's a great name. And both of them were my rock in a time of need. Both. One is going to start a spiritual healing business, and she's going to be very, very successful in Costa Rica. So, people will show up in your life. I don't like to talk about my personal life, but I have someone showing up in my life now too, who is very, just very kind, caring, real, and doesn't like to throw people under the bus. And that's what you need to look for, because we're living in a time where women do need protection. You do need autonomy. You do need individuality. You do need creative control. But you also need protection. We all need that. So remember that. Okay? No reading. Pray that I get these unstuck. This is driving me nuts. It literally drives me nuts. And if you feel that you are having trouble knowing who around you, because a lot of you have a lot of options. I pulled a few cards before I even sat down. If you're feeling like, look, I pulled the Hermit. If you feel like there's a lot of people trying to kind of be around you, pull back just a little. Because real will always recognize real. Real recognizes real. So if you've had a lot of people infiltrating your space, your devices, etc., and you're not sure just who you can trust and who you can't, real recognizes real. I love you guys. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Get on AndreaCox.com. Get the digital detox. I'll put the link in the description box below. I'm leaving this week for about 3 days. So I'll be taking readings. Maybe I'll open up for 2 today, and that's about it. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.